Good morning. Sorry I'm running late. I found two Trojans on my computer. And to those of you who were with me in January and February know that I was hacked and had a considerable amount of crypto stolen. So much so that it's changed my life, not for the best. So whenever I get a Trojan, it's all hands to the pump, cleaning everything up. So that takes priority, I'm afraid. So I'm running a little bit late. It's only 9:30 in the morning, so there's no panic, Mr. Mannering. Let's take a look at yesterday. And yesterday's a reminder to us that English League One and English League Two are secondary leagues. We can get all excited at the start of the new season, but the fact remains a lot of these sides will be unreliable. We'll go through that. Those of you up very, very late would have been very, very rewarded with this. I made a profit on it, but I was half asleep at the time. Perfect. 96th minute equaliser. And if you've got an in-play stats feed, and when it's not English League One, English League, look at Plymouth yesterday. Absolute tools. It's almost as if Wayne Rooney was still managing them because they managed to lose to 10 men. This lot are in the Champions League. Red Bull Salzburg. This lot are playing a newly promoted side. Mike Reid. What? Mike Reid. All right, son. Oh, Mike Reid playing Red Bull Salzburg. He had plenty of chance here, particularly with in-play stats. And I'd like to show you the stats here at Soccer 24. Very interesting stats indeed, particularly helpful in deciding whether to get involved or not. These are the stats I like. Shots inside the box. Look at the pressure. 17-6. 17-6. Wow. And as we go down, big chances as well as a good stat that I like. Corner kicks tells you where the action is occurring more often than not. 14-2. 2-1 down. Take the hint, eh? Off we go. I also like these goalkeeper stats at the bottom. Get used to them. Goalkeeper saves 11-3. 11-3. Oh, Mike Reid and his goalkeeper having real trouble trying to keep Red Bull Salzburg out. That kind of pressure is going to tell, isn't it? Expected goals. Interesting. It ended 2-2. We got 2.22 to 2.02. So that could be a very accurate stat. X got faced. Expected goals faced. The number of goals a goalkeeper should have conceded based on the quantity and quality of the shots faced. So very interesting that that was very accurate. I wonder if that's going to continue this season. But I do like these stats. The goalkeeper stats, particularly in play at Soccer 24. They're not available, or at least I don't know if they're available because I haven't checked on In Play Guru, but I will check. On a busy day yesterday, we did make a nice profit, Shanghai Shenhua, to start the day off. 4-4, and 3-0 was the ideal entry point for that. Another late play, if you were up late, La Louvière, newly promoted. Vulnerable. And they're proving to be vulnerable. They're having trouble scoring goals and having trouble keeping sides out. Dinamo Zagreb, again, the big boys turning up late, away from English League One and League Two. They tended to turn up. 0-0 at half-time. But we're betting blind, really, because there's no form to work off. So as we move down, English League One, English League Two, that was a profitable trade. Peterborough scoring first, Cardiff coming from behind to get the win. Excellent result. Hopefully you got involved with that one and profited. And you note the last three solid results, all 1.67 favourites. I don't know if that's just coincidence. So a very difficult day yesterday. Could have laid the draw second half, Doncaster and Exeter, based on the in-play stats, but I was very tentative because I don't have a background of form to work off. I don't know the pattern for Doncaster's second half. Do they get themselves out of jail? Well, we'll find out. These absolute tools, Plymouth, look at them. They got the goal back, so arguably, and I think moving forward in English League Two and English League One, get out at the first green because you'd have made a profit here. you'd have made a profit, double your liability. Not to be sniffed at, but me, stupidly, thinking a home side newly relegated against a 1-2 side, having got the goal back, we get the equaliser. But no. And it was the same for Swindon as well. If we move down to them, you would have made the profit had Swindon, or when Swindon equalised against 10-man Walsall. But look at this again, throwing it away late on. So it's all about the green. When do you take the green screen? It would have been a far better day getting out here at the 1-1 Walsall against Swindon. Because of the influence of the red card, should have got out at the 1-1. Then you don't have to sweat it for Swindon to get a winner or not. This is a gentle reminder to you that we are playing some poor lower tiers, regardless of the fact that it's familiar names and it's English. It's not very good or very trustworthy, shall we say. Finnish Veikkausliiga, KUPS, an absolute humdinger with Haka, Oulu and Jaru. It was a red card infested day yesterday. We were set up for a really nice trade, Karvina and Slin. Really nice trade. If you looked at the in-play stats prior to the red card, Slin are newly promoted. Karvina having an excellent time of it at the start of the season. And it was an own goal as well. So Stephen Francis would have told you that. Opening own goal, be very wary. And that spoilt all the fun. I had to get out with, I think, a £6 liability instead of a £40 loss, just in case this lot scored a second goal. Couldn't take the risk. 18 minutes to go, 10 down. But they did survive. And you would have got a break even out of that with insurance. Looking on to today, because I'm running rather late, I'm going down to the police station later on as well to file a report about my previous crypto hack, which occurred while I was in Thailand. So they have kindly requested my details and they will be looking into it for me. So fingers crossed in that regard. But looking on to today, and we've got to be ever so cautious in all of these leagues just beginning. So there's very little I can pass on to you for the Bundesliga, Europa League, or Croatian HNL1 League. It's a watching brief. But what I did note yesterday is you saw yourself 1.67 favourites delivering. So I'd be keen on these 1.5 home favourites today in the Croatian HNL1 League. Union St Gilwa will be there or thereabouts in the title chase next season. Anderlecht and Cercle Brugge looks a bit too tough to call. Genk will be up there or thereabouts as well at 12:30. That'll be a good starting point. The Czech Chance League, we've got the big boys out today. And they do tend to deliver. They are very reliable trading units. Sparta Prague and Slavia Prague. And all I want for Christmas is a Dukla Prague away kit. They were newly promoted last season. Looks like they survived. But it's a tough one to call. Let's pick our battles today. In the Danish Super League, it looks a very tough coupon. The market's already revealing that for you. But Brondby, I've liked this season. I like them at home at 1.7. English League One, Stockport against Bolton. 1.95, the home favourite. Well, we'll just see how that plays out. We've got no angles for you at all. Have a quick look at the Finnish Veikkausliiga. Well, given those Trojans have knocked me off kilter a little bit, I haven't done the research for this, but I will do it now live for you. So you'll get to see what I tend to see and see if you agree with me. So we're looking at SJK initially, and immediately what I like there is 3 wins and a draw in the last 4 matches. So that is going to catch the eye. 3 wins and a draw, last 4 home matches. That points clearly to momentum, doesn't it? I also like to look at the halftime score. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14. 14 of the last 15 matches have seen at least a goal before halftime. Wow. Have seen, and I'll just slow that down. Now, how would I use that stat? If it's 0-0 after 20 minutes, off it goes. You can see the computer's just labouring a little. So we go to our next look. We move down. The sequences and streaks, you'll see both teams have scored in the last 7 matches, which is key. Both teams have scored last 7 and they've conceded last 15. So that's an important stat to consider, isn't it? Both teams to score with SJK not losing. That would be my initial gambit. Don't forget, we are focusing on home for the home side, away for the away side. Home side are 5th in the league. They're playing bottom of the league. They beat 0-1. This is what we're interested in. Look at the consistent goal scoring against 7th and lower. 3+ goals scored in 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 5 matches against 7th and lower. That is important. Because it all adds up, doesn't it? 3+ goals scored at home on 4 occasions, be 7th and lower. That fits in with a 1.39 quote, doesn't it? So you see the jigsaw beginning to fit, even with this Finnish Veikkausliiga. This is the advantage that we have over the likes of English League 1, English League 2 yesterday, where we don't have any of this to work off. These patterns will create themselves as the season progresses. KTP, 1, 2, only 3 wins all season, but did win the last match. So that's important. Only 3 wins all season. Won the last match. What are we going to do next? Well, we're going to look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Both teams have scored in 5 of the last 6 matches, with at least one side scoring 2 goals. So both teams scored in 5 of 6 recently, with at least one team scoring at least 2 goals. So that should give us an indicator for over 2.5 goals or more. Look at that, 4 goals before half-time against Interturku, who we know are full of goals. So even this small match itself has given you plenty. 8 consecutive over 2.5 goal matches, scored 2+ goals in the last 3 matches. As we move down, we will look at their seasonal form, and it's all defeats against the top 7 away. All defeats be the top 7 away. And they're playing 5th today. So we need to know the league positions. 5th, 12th. And this is what I do for all major matches which have plenty of form. 100% overs away from home should give us a clear indicator for goals. 15 out of 23 goals conceded came second half. That's it. So it looks looks as if the market is spot on, doesn't it? So that's what I'll say here. The market looks accurate. Goal before half time expected. SJK should eye 2, 3+ goals today. Bang. Neutral. First half goal. Both teams to score. And that's it. That's how I research these matches. You can see it takes a while, but it pays off, doesn't it? Now we've got a clear indication of what's going to occur here. German Bundesliga 2, I've got nothing to pass on to you for this as well. It's a watching brief today, but I do like these odds-ons at home. It's going to take secondary importance once the big boys turn up. Premier Division today, St. Pat's. Well, if you back St. Pat's, you deserve to go to a mental institution. I warned you about the midweek against Nordsjaelland, and they got beaten by an Estonian side, 2-0. They are in all sorts of trouble in front of goal. Can't find that second goal. It's got to be very careful with those two. Derry and Shamrock, I think, could be a top 3 clash, so just be a little cautious with that one. Yes, indeed, top 3 clash. So there are no mugs, Derry, but I still fancy Shamrock Rovers here. And the Dutch Eredivisie will be with us very soon. The big boys are out, PSV Eindhoven. On their own, they're over 3.5 goal merchants. That fits in with the odds. Don't forget it is a Mickey Mouse Cup to start off, although I'm not calling Johan Cruyff Mickey Mouse, that's for sure. Go ahead, Eagles. Let's see how they get on. Good luck with that. I salute you, go ahead, Eagles. The goalkeeper is going to have a sore back after this one. Norwegian Elite Serien, Bodo Glimt away from home. Tend to score first away from home, tend to lead by half-time away from home. That's the pattern. So we'll follow that with interest. This one looks very ropey indeed, although Rosenborg beat Tromsø last week, and I thought that would have giving them a big tick from the market makers. Mulder, favourite. You're having a giraffe, me old son. No, thank you. Not even with Scully on board. They are so inconsistent. It's unbelievable. And when you've got the likes of Strong's Godset as a favourite, then you know your pants. I think Haugesund will be playing with 4 seagulls at the back today. If this lot are favourite, Strong Godset, my God, they are awful. So Haugesund must be worse. Extra Klasser, again, no angles to pass on to you, albeit to say Legia Warsaw are playing newly promoted Arca Gdynia, and that would be something I would target at 7:15. I'm likely to be up for these late ones this evening. I was up very late last night as well. Just filling my boots, really, with Salzburg and Ghent later on, but I couldn't really pass the Salzburg one on to you because it was, I did it with insurance, and we're talking 80th odd minute. So it was a hefty price, but a great reward, huge reward for getting a 2-2 late on. Romanian Super League gets short shrift today. Celtic must take advantage, and I'm gutted yesterday didn't lay Rangers. I told you the head-to-heads. Motherwell, unbeaten in the last 2 head-to-heads, make that the last 3. Celtic are going to make them count already. No wonder there's such a big gap. And if you think about it, with Motherwell taking points off Rangers last season, that could have cost Rangers the title, couldn't it? So Motherwell a real thorn in the side. The other 2 matches, I've got no angles at all, albeit I think Falkirk are newly promoted, so just be a little careful with them. They are odds on at home, so due deference to them. And one of the Dundees, I think, is newly promoted as well. The Allsvenskan today, when Djurgården are this short, well, just be a little careful. Yes, they have scored 5 and 6 goals recently, and that fits in with this quote. But they either, it's famine or feast with Djurgården. They'll either score 5 or 6, or they'll score 1 and limp over the line. Not too happy with that one. The other 2 matches, again, Sirius and Oster, we've just looked at. No, we haven't. We looked at the finish, didn't we? Sirius and Oster 1.67. I like those odds. Saw it yesterday, particularly at home. And the Swiss Super League was fun and games yesterday, with young boys winning late on, and Basel going from 1-0 to 1-1 to 2-1. So they got some fight in them. These are the lesser lights today, so they're not going to get too much of my attention today. The African Nations is on as well. Tanzania last night were emphatic. So I'll be watching out the likes of Morocco at odds on today. The in-play stats will be crucial for that. So my apologies for being a little late. You can understand my predicament when I do see Trojan horses in my computer. Some is trying to get back in again. It's a disgusting world when we have people like that stealing. You know, I've worked 20, 30 years and built up a nice nest egg. And for some Colin Hunt to steal it all, it really is a kick in the Terry testicles. I will see you at about 12:30 today, just for the start. Thankfully, English League 1, English League 2 not plaguing us today with its opening day of the season. This is going to be a bit more of a stroll today, and I'm going to be very, very cautious indeed. There's so many matches where the in-play stats are going to prove vital. So 12:30 for members of footballtradingprofits.com will capture, 12 o'clock, we'll capture Stockport and Bolton, and we'll move into the Bundesliga 2 as well. In-play stats based throughout the day. Next week is going to be very exciting. We've got the Championship returning and English League 1, English League 2, probably a smattering of other secondary leagues as well. Look at this. But we've got to be very cautious, don't we? We saw yesterday there's no form to work off. It's all guesswork. French Ligue 2, welcome return to that. It's going to be an excellent trading league as well. Saint-Etienne, newly relegated. Are they going to find this league to their liking? We will see. I think Estac Trois, were they relegated? Very familiar name, Estac Trois. So I will leave you at it. I'm running late. Have a great day. I will see members of Football Trading Profits from midday, it seems, from 12:30 onwards.